What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. It was absolutely beautiful here in Georgia, including today with all the rain. It's still, Georgia's gorgeous anyway, but with everything in bloom and it's like this dreary little rain, it was just a perfect day to just chillax. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you guys had an opportunity to relax, spend some time with your family, enjoy your life. You guys already know what this is. This is the Real Housewives of Potomac, and I have to say, it was yet another snooze fest. Like, I don't know if it's that the ladies are, just a little too uppity to be entertaining or what. Like, I don't know. Anyway, let's get into it, you guys. Before we get started really good, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. You guys know how much I love my honeybees, how much I love engaging with you guys. So please leave a comment and also give me a thumbs up. Lets me know that you enjoy my content, and it means a lot to me. So I would love to get you guys to give me a thumbs up on this video. Okay, you guys, let's get into it. Like I said, it really wasn't very much. Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 2. This is episode 4. Mother Knows Best. Okay, so let's just talk about all of the easy peasy stuff first. Gizelle's mom is in town. She seems like a really beautiful spirit. It seems like the relationship between Gizelle and her mom is a really good, solid relationship. It seems like they have fun together. Let's see what else. Gizelle goes to pick her up from the airport, and they have a little conversation about Kevin and the fact that he's trying to date Gizelle, and her mom says that she is not upset about that. When he lived where her mom was living, he would go and check on her mom on her behalf, and so Kevin and Gizelle's mom became close consequently. We see later on that Gizelle and her mom go over to Kevin's house. It's a very nice home. It looks like, your average suburban home in suburbia. His son is there. He's got a very handsome son, very polite. He seems like he is a great example and good role model for his son. His son was helping him cook. He made a lovely meal for the ladies: salmon, lobster mac and cheese, and sauteed spinach with peppers. He had set a beautiful table outside on the deck. He had Tom Ford gifts for both of the ladies. And when her mom asked him a question about, sometimes you are really good friends, but you are not necessarily great as lovers, how do you, see things going for you and Gizelle? And he says, listen, I'm getting to know her. And he has this saying, I have to know your life before I make you my wife. And Gizelle seems very impressed with everything. Her mom already likes him, and she has not liked anyone that Gizelle has ever been married to or has ever gone out with. So Kevin's already ahead on that. I don't see it for Gizelle and Kevin, and the reason why is he seems very down to earth, very humble, and looking at his home, I don't know what houses run in his area, of course, but looking at his home, he seems like he lives a much simpler life than Gizelle. He seems like a much more grounded person than Gizelle. So he seems like a nice guy. Gizelle's a nice girl. I don't know if I see it for the two of them together. Just my opinion. Let's talk about Karen. Karen and her husband go to dinner, and they talk about the fact that their oldest son is really by her first marriage. She was married in her 20s, and her husband that she's married to now just took her son on as his own, I think, when he was 5 years old. And they've never seen any sort of separation, in terms of you're not a dad, you're not my son. They've always considered each other to be father and son, and they have a great deal of love and respect for one another. So that was really nice. And Karen got a little emotional about it. Um, Karen has a lot of different faces. Like, she has times when she looks really, really pretty, and then she has times when she just looks peculiar. I don't know if it's all those facial expressions or what, but um yeah, she's got an odd look about her, and I think it's just a lot of different little things that's throwing me off. But later we see that Karen goes to lunch with her son. He's a very handsome individual. He seems like, despite um, having Karen as a mom, she's a very, very bougie type individual. Um, that he's very grounded, and he doesn't really seem like he um, puts up with a lot from her. Like, he doesn't get into all of that. All of that fanfare, you know what I'm saying? Pour your own water, mom. It's no big deal. So that was a nice moment. We see Charrisse. Charrisse is planning her daughter's 16th birthday party. And she's sitting in the backyard waiting on Ashley to come over. She's going to have Ashley and Monique over. And Charrisse has a sickening backyard. Like, her backyard is beautiful. And for you guys who don't know, I am all about the patio life. Like, I love being out on my patio. I love being in the sun. I love entertaining and making things look really, really nice on the outside. I love, love, love outdoor space. And it is the one thing that is a deal breaker in a home for me. I have to have a nice outdoor space because I'm a country girl. So it's beautiful out there. Ashley comes over and she here's about the party, and she wants to cater the party, which, Charrisse seems a little bit stunned about, but she goes ahead and she accepts it. Monique comes in and they talk a little bit about Monique wanting more kids, and about what happened with Monique's mother-in-law. And it's a nice moment. They laugh and kid and talk. And of course, Ashley lets on about what Gizelle said about Monique bragging about her home. So Monique feels like, okay, well, why didn't she say that then? Why would she have Monique? That doesn't make any sense. But later on, we see at the Sweet 16 party that, all the food was there. Charrisse seemed like she was happy about the food. We won't really know until the reunion. But it was some things that the kids was turning down. She actually brought Australian food for 16-year-old kids. Like, all they eat is fries and chicken fingers, hamburgers. I mean, yeah, I definitely wouldn't have tried no emu. And no one eats bacon. Why would you do bacon? Like, especially if you don't know if people eat pork. Especially yeah. It could have been a little bit more diverse. The food could have been a little bit more diverse, especially considering the party. The party was really, really beautiful. Charrisse did an excellent job with the party. Her daughter looked really, really pretty. She's 16. Charrisse had some beautiful things to say about her daughter. It was very emotional. She's got the two kids, the daughter and the son. And when she was up, Eddie was there. She didn't know if he was coming because they weren't speaking. He was there, but you can just see, I don't know if it's that he doesn't want to be on camera, or if it's his relationship with Charrisse, why he is not talking, at least being filmed talking at his daughter's birthday party publicly about his daughter, standing up there with the family to give the toast. Like, he could have done that, but he didn't even do that. It doesn't look like. And you can just tell it's Charrisse and her kids, and then there's him. Like, he seems like he's very removed from the family. You can see the divide. You can definitely see the divide. And we see a little bit later on Charrisse talking to her therapist about that divide. And she gets emotional when she talks about it, because like the doctor said, it's a grieving process. She's in the grieving process. She is mourning the death of a very long marriage that was fruitful with children, and no person goes into a relationship looking to um, get a divorce. Goes into a marriage looking to get a divorce. So I can really feel Charrisse's um, pain, with that, especially after seeing just how separate they are. Like, it was peculiar to me to see that. But we also got to see Robin at her parents' house. Of it's course, to the point now where I'm sad for Robin. And I just don't want to talk about it anymore. Like, I don't even want to deal with her bull crap, in terms of this baggage that she comes with it, which is this conversation about Juan. Everybody she talks to, she talks to him about it. And she says she thinks that if she decides to get married again, he would absolutely do it. Well, I mean, you are the person that does everything. If he accepts it, if he wants to come back into the marriage, it's because he doesn't have to put any work in essentially. Also, I wouldn't be so quick to say that he would get back into the marriage. I mean, if that's what he would really, really wanted, I just don't think it's something you would have to guess at. I think it's something that he would be toiling away to make happen. Um, it's a peculiar relationship, and frankly, I'm sick of talking about it. Um, we get to see Monique. She is shopping for a house with her husband. They look at this home. She said they have been cyber stalking it. It's a really, really beautiful home. It has a very different look, but I like it. What struck me as odd is when she goes outside to look at the backyard, she says, "Oh, the pool is just as nice as Charrisse's pool." And I thought that's a weird thing to say. Maybe, oh, this backyard reminds me of Charrisse's backyard. Oh, this is very, very nice. It's like Charrisse's backyard, or I don't know, but this pool is just as nice as Charrisse's pool. It seems like it's important to her. I'm sorry. I'm at the point where I think I want to go ahead and call Monique braggadocious. I know it's not a word that you guys have heard in a while. It's old school, but yeah, she's braggadocious. She does like dropping names, dropping prices, giving you a list of accomplishments. I mean, it's in poor taste. It's in poor taste. I know it would get on my nerves. Now, I don't know if it would be a deal breaker, but it would definitely get on my nerves for her to constantly be talking about the things she has acquired. Which brings me to Ashley inviting all the ladies to hookah. So they all come out to hookah. Of course, Karen is always the number one person. She is the wet blanket at every party. She kills all the joy. She's very much a mom, and she thinks she's everyone's mom. Even when Gizelle and Monique got into it, she kept trying to speak for Monique, kept trying to speak for Gizelle, kept trying to give them a better way to say things and do things. I'm like, Karen, shut the F up. Be quiet. Be quiet. Okay? Be quiet. That's what you need to do. Now, so all the ladies get there. I think Monique and Ashley were there first. And Monique brings her wine. She brings 2 bottles of wine, and she brings an aerator. Oh no, yeah, I'm very, very serious about my wine. Um, you know, I can't knock that. You guys already know I am very, very serious about my wine. I had a girlfriend this weekend that wanted to put wine in a water bottle for us to go into a place that wasn't serving alcohol. And I'd just rather not have wine if I got to drink it out of a water bottle. So I understand the aerator. I do. What I don't understand is that when the rest of the ladies got there, and let's talk about Ashley and Charrisse first. Ashley was at the Sweet 16 birthday party. So she knows already that Charrisse really, really doesn't want to get into it about Eddie. She is giving updates, unlike Phaedra. She's including the ladies in on a little bit about what's going on. But at the same time, I understand that Charrisse probably wants to get away and get away from her thoughts and get away from the conversation about Eddie. And here Ashley is once again at hookah bringing it up. Then you don't have the decency to be able to read social cues when the girl clearly doesn't want to talk about it. And Charrisse finally said, "You about to go too far. What you don't want to do, my darling, is get on my body shard." And Ashley is like, "Oh, what does that mean? What does that mean?" That means shut the fuck up, Ashley. That's what that means. It means read the social cues. And across the board, let me say this, across the board, it is customary for you, to me, in my opinion, it is in good taste to wait for a person to discuss something with you as opposed to poking and prodding about it. If you have a question like, "Oh my gosh, what happened today? Like, I know today was a big day for you. How are you feeling about it?" The person wants to talk about it, talk about it. If you want to bring it up, it's okay to bring it up in that manner. How are things going with you? How are you feeling about it? And let that person lead you. I'm so sorry, you guys, but the pollen here in Georgia. Anyway, but you bring up someone's personal business, something that it might be a bone of contention for them, a sore subject, and you realize they don't want to talk about it. Stop talking about it. Read social cues. Like, to me, that's the most obnoxious thing you can do, is to bring up someone's personal business. And then upon seeing that they prefer not to discuss it, prefer not to talk about it, you keep going on with it. See, that's how people get cussed out. I mean, cussed out. I'm talking about cussed out. Yeah. Yeah, I know some people that will suck all the life out of your body and pick their teeth with your bones. Like, you would get cussed out. So inappropriate. So inappropriate. So after that, Charrisse tells this weird little story about her vagina, where she's calling it her tutu. She fell on a moped and she hurt it. And so to keep guys from asking her for sex, including her boyfriend at the time that she hurt her tutu, she told them she had it sewn shut, which obviously none of them took um sex ed, because they would know that little, I don't know, weird. Anyway, everybody, obviously thought it was weird. She thought it was a great story. I think it was just a way for her to talk about something other than her marriage. Meanwhile, Gizelle says, "Hey, anybody else got anything they want to share? What about you, Monique, since you love talking about yourself?" "Okay, Gizelle. All right. Okay, let's do this." So Monique goes in. Then she gets started. First of all, Monique had already bragged quite a bit. She bragged about the bottle of wine that she brought being $250. It's $80 now. Um, she bragged about knowing Barack Obama and meeting him. He's very, very down to earth. Charrisse jumped in with her own brag, saying that Skylar was friends with Malia, or whichever one of his daughters, I guess, is around Skylar's age. It's Malia and Sasha. So I guess it's Malia. Sasha's the younger daughter. And I mean, she's braggadocious. She's a name dropper, no doubt about it. Like, she cannot help it. And it is the number one sign of someone who is not used to something, is to constantly talk about the price. Like, you never talk about the price. If somebody asks you a price point, yeah, you give it, but for the most part, you do not talk about it. Let's just talk about real quick about Robin bringing alcohol from her bar that was already been drunk out of. I was like, "Robin, baby, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, honey. You might be out of your element." That was in poor taste. But Monique goes back and forth with Gizelle about the fact that Gizelle said something about her talking about her homes on last episode. And Gizelle, Monique has this perception that Gizelle said, so is this your first time owning a home, or you never had a home ownership? What she said was, oh, you don't have a home. So they argued those semantics for a moment. Gizelle says, I'm trying to get to know you. I'm not going to be cordial to you until I get to know you. And Monique seems like she's not having it. Um, she does eventually say, I need to check myself. You're right. I need to check myself. If I am bragging, I need to check myself. Well, baby, you need to check yourself because you do brag. And Gizelle, you are jealous. You jealous of all the new girls, especially if they are young, and especially if they are thin, and especially if they are beautiful. You got a problem with it. And that was actually the episode. That was it. That was all that happened on the Housewives of Potomac. I am really, really hoping, you guys, that it gets better. Even that conversation between Gizelle and Monique, I did not find it to be an engaging debate at all. Um, I'm just looking for more. I am absolutely looking for more from this franchise, and hopefully we will see it next week. If not, I don't know, you guys. Okay, so that's it for me, you guys. Until next time that I see you, please take good care of yourself. Remember to hit that subscribe button down below. Please remember to give me a thumbs up. It would mean a lot. And also leave me a comment. What do you guys think about this episode? What do you guys think about Karen's son? Okay, talk about it. Let's talk about it down below. All right. Until next time, honeybees. Mwah.